Welcome back. This video reviews the main points presented in the overview of the development of TESOL video. Use it to test your memory and understanding of how the past has contributed to the present. As we have seen, the methods used in TESOL today have been influenced by ideas and experiences from the past. So what we have today is rather like a pot full of a colourful mixture of small drops or parts of different methods and theories. Today's TESOL teacher will choose to use one or more of these drops during each lesson, depending largely on his or her learner's needs and context. So let's see if you can remember which methods and theories have contributed what to today's TESOL practice. I will remove the coloured drops one by one, but you should try to guess what's behind each one before I do that. You can use the pause button if you need more time to think. You can see some of the words behind the coloured drops already, which might help you to remember. Let's start with the red drop, bottom left, which covers the first method we looked at from the early 1800s. I'll give you a clue. We still teach grammar rules like they did back then, but only if appropriate. We also still use meta-language to talk about grammar. What was this method called? This was the grammar translation method. Did you get it right? Let's move on to the dark green drop. What came after grammar translation as a result of the need to speak the target language rather than just read it? Can you guess? The direct method, from which we take the use of the target language by teachers and images to teach meaning where appropriate. The white drop covers an approach based on behavioral psychology. This was audiolingualism, which used repetitive drilling of language until the language became a habit. We still use the drilling of some grammar items and vocabulary to aid memorization and pronunciation in today's TESOL classrooms. The next drop is the blue one. This approach to learning contrasts with audiolingualism because it believes that there is creative thought behind language, i.e., language is not a habit. This is cognitivism, which encourages experimentation in the classroom and accepts mistake-making as a necessary part of language learning. Let's go down to the pink drop. This theory, by Stephen Krashen, borrows ideas from language acquisition. What's it called? This one's called the natural approach, from which we adopt the comprehensible input plus one hypothesis, which means building new language from students' existing knowledge, and the effective filter hypothesis, or teaching in a relaxed and comfortable environment. Now the orange drop. This method became popular in the 1970s and is still popular today. What's this? Communicative language teaching values successful communication in different contexts. The bright green drop covers a method that also prioritizes communication. Can you remember this one? This is task-based language learning, which tells us that students are motivated to practice language if they need to use it to complete an authentic and meaningful task. How about the purple drop? This isn't about language learning in particular, but looks at intelligence. This is Howard Gardner's theory of multiple intelligences, which reminds us to activate different types of intelligence, not just the verbal linguistic one. What's behind the yellow drop? This is another branch of psychology based on Lev Vygotsky's ideas. Social constructivism claims that learning takes place when people discuss what they're learning with others. TESOL teachers often encourage groups of learners to talk about language points. Finally, behind the dark blue drop is the most recent learning theory designed for the digital age. Emphasizing the importance of how to connect knowledge effectively in a knowledge-saturated environment, connectivism reminds us that we should pay attention to our learners' digital literacy skills. That brings us to the end of this review of the development of TESOL. I hope it's been informative and will be useful on your journey to becoming a TESOL practitioner. Feel free to watch this presentation as many times as you need to throughout this course to test your memory and understanding. If you would like to find out more about the methods and theories mentioned here, follow the links just below this video. Finally, we return to the word cloud that I showed you at the beginning of the overview presentation. So, has your understanding of the terms in the cloud developed further?